And, of course, guests on Keel appear via the Jack Spring Electric Keel Newsmaker hotline. David Joseph is the United States Attorney for Louisiana's Western District. Hey, Mr. David, welcome back to Keel. How you been?
Good morning, Robert. How are you? How are you, Aaron?
Good. Federal law enforcement warning scam artists are preying on people's fears by peddling fake tests for the coronavirus to Medicare recipients. And the scam artists go on and on, the list of scams. What on earth is happening?
Aaron, it's sad. You know, in times of national crisis, there are some people that see that as an opportunity to take advantage of other people. We see it in every major disaster. You know, we saw it after Hurricane Katrina, and we're seeing it now. And, you know, I want the public to know we're out there looking for these scams. We're going to prosecute vigorously any scam we find. And, you know, we don't look kindly upon this kind of activity.
I heard the New York governor say that those face masks that hospitals use, generally they pay 70 cents. Now they're $4, $8. Is that illegal?
Well, it will be, Aaron, and it's interesting you brought that up. Yesterday, the Attorney General Barr, talked about a presidential proclamation under the Defense Procurement Act. Have you heard about that?
Yes.
Okay, so the president yesterday designated Health and Human Services to list essential industries during this time as, you know, is what products have shortages, such as surgical masks, respirator masks, ventilators, and once they're designated as a scarcity, if people are hoarding them or using their supply to price gouge other people, it's a federal crime, and we're going to be looking at those people. Now, we're not talking about, you know, people that may buy a little extra toilet paper or something like that. We're talking about people with a warehouse full of ventilators or respirators.
You're also finding malicious websites out there, too, offering fake cures and test kits and all that as well, right?
That's right. And actually, yesterday, the first action was filed over in Austin, Texas, by my friend John Bash. He enjoined a company that was selling fake medical kits, a vaccine allegedly, for $4.95. So there'll be criminal cases. We're looking for them actively. We're working on a couple of things. It's horrible that someone would do this, but they do it, and we're gonna, we're not letting our foot off the gas on this thing.
Now, Mr. David, there's a lot of this going on, I would think, and I saw one now, and it doesn't pop back into my head, but there's a lot of social media scamming on this too, isn't there? Have you seen any of that stuff? Any complaints? Any reports?
That's part of it. So, social media is a big way people advertise their products and things of that nature. There's also, of course, false rumors that go around social media that we have to combat. I would ask the public, look, verify your sources of information before you send money to anybody or provide your personal information. Make sure it's a legitimate source. Some people may be trying to get your information as phishing scams. They want your bank account, and then they can later, steal money from you. So, any website that's asking you for information about yourself or any financial information about you or your family, I would encourage the public to please double check that and make sure it's a legitimate source.
Kind of makes me wince to say this, but it seems to always be true. Would it be fair to say that those being preyed on the most easily and most often are the elderly in these instances also? Yes.
That's sad. And so what makes it even worse is the fact that this, of course, COVID-19, is disproportionately affecting the elderly anyway. And these scam artists are doing the same thing in reaction to this disease. So it's the most vulnerable are always the ones that are targeted first. So
let me ask you this, David.
Go ahead, Aaron.
A lot of people are setting up these GoFundMe accounts because maybe they're out of work or whatever. What's your advice to some of us who would like to help? How do you check out if if they really need our help?
That's a good question. There's no easy answer to that. I think a lot of the GoFundMe accounts are people that you may know, and of course, if you know the person. and know their situation, that's a good way to check it out. But if you don't know the person, there's no real good way to check out if what they're saying is legitimate or not.
Okay.
You know, and there's gonna be some people that get away with things like that. But any fraud scheme we see, we're sure going to prioritize it.
David, Aaron had mentioned to me a couple of seconds ago that the U.S. Attorney's Office, your office, has a hotline, sort of a scam hotline. What's that number? What does it do, et cetera?
Okay, so we set up on LSU's campus. There's the National Center for Disaster Fraud. It's basically a call center, and what that does is it then outsources investigative leads to my office and our federal law enforcement partners, the FBI, Homeland Security. The number I don't have it in front of me, Robert.
I have it. It's 1-866-720-5721. But I think the best way is to email you at disaster@leo.gov, correct?
That's right. That's
okay.
right. And,
disaster@leo.gov.
And we're going to be monitoring that. We're going to be I appointed one of the federal prosecutors in my office to be the point man on this. Seth Reed will be our point man on this type of disaster fraud, and we will be taking it very seriously. I also want the public to know, look, we're open. We are still investigating, prosecuting crime. Our foot has not been let off the gas one bit in response to this. We're all working probably twice as hard as we were before. So
working from home, I guess.
Well, some people are. I'm in the office every day, and enough staff is here every day to make sure that we can accomplish the mission with the people that need to be in court and et cetera, and talking to agents up here. But a lot of people we're rotating through the house where they can connect online.
U.S. Attorney David Joseph, Western District of Louisiana. Thanks for your time. Take care.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Robert.